My name's Aiden.
My name's Chandler.
And I'm Ryan.
Welcome to TheShedCast.
Welcome to your favorite ShedCast. Alright, today, what do y'all think about vapes? Do you think today's generation is getting hooked by the big man on vapes?
I think that they should do something to limit it from getting to younger audiences.
I mean, Juul has already taken away their mango pods from gas station, and all their fruity flavors, like all their popular flavors, like creme brulee, mango, and so on, away to limit teen usage.
But you can still get mint and stuff for Juul, so they took more away, but they left like an available option for people to still get. So, I mean, I guess they limited it, but not by much.
Now, I've seen some people try to start a movement, no nicotine gang. I mean, I think that's kind of stupid, but I don't think you should do it. You know,
same thing from the last podcast. Like, starting gangs and stuff like that isn't gonna like change a big person's mind to turn it to stop. Like, it's gonna take like the FDA and stuff like that to actually get them to like limit it more.
No, if the person who's making it, like Juul, like the company, if they're making money from it, a crowd in the street isn't going to stop them from selling it.
Exactly.
Or trying to get it because they're making money. They're going to try and keep their profit. So I don't know.
I do have to say that the FDA has cracked down on vapes. I mean, if you watch these, I don't know if y'all watch it. I mean, I've been looking at it, and they've been up Juul's ass about it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
No, they definitely have. Like, they've thrown shit on Juul multiple times now.
Do you think Juul is trying to get teens to get hooked on nicotine by their commercials?
Originally, I felt like Juul was, like, trying to go for, like, smokers are trying to quit. But I feel like once the teens started buying into their product, like, they were okay with it because they're making so much money from us. Like, they were making so much money from the kids our age.
And when they're, like I said earlier, the people who try and like limit it, like there's always going to be somebody who's of age and able to buy the product, and then like there's going to be a kid who can't, but an adult who can, and they're just going to use the adult to get it. Like,
and they're talking about moving the age of the 21. That's not going to do anything. I mean, there's still 21-year-olds that are messed up, and they're still going to buy it for kids our age.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they try to say it's better than dip and better than smoking. Do you believe that it's any better?
It's better than smoking to the point because it doesn't have as many chemicals, but they're still going to get addicted. It's still not like healthy for you.
That's what teens don't understand. In my opinion, they see you don't have the tar and smoke in your lungs. Mm-hmm. Vaping's the healthier option, but then you got to realize you've got all the bad chemicals still going into you that they sneak into.
Okay, so like smoking, obviously terrible, and then vaping is like the healthier option, but the healthiest option is not doing it at all.
Yeah, it's just
because like the point of a vape is to slowly get yourself off of it. You go like the actual cigarette or whatever you're smoking, then you go to the vape, and then you go like to the like patches or the gum, and then you stop. But there's plenty of people who still just do the vape because they can't get off of it. So.
And another thing is, if you see other brands, they're selling disposable vapes for like $2. I mean, that's less than a pack of cigarettes, so.
Yeah.
It's just, it's like crazy how easy it is for kids our age to get vapes and anything, like alcohol, vapes, LSD, weed, all that stuff. Like, it's so easy to get.
It is.
You just gotta be smart enough not to get on it. Now, I was talking to one of our coaches at our school,
Yeah.
And he didn't even notice that vapes were going around our school. He was still thinking. He asked me if cigarettes were still being passed around in class, and I was like, "No, sir, they weren't. It's now vapes." He goes, "Really?" It's just crazy. There's some people that know it's going around and can't do anything about it, and there's just some people that don't know about it at all.
They're completely oblivious to it. I feel like it should be like made more popular, but like, I don't like. I feel like it should make it more popular for like the FDA, not for like Juul, like telling Juul to stop or anything like that. I feel like they should like tell FDA to like wake the fuck up and do something about it.
I don't know about you, but I personally hate having the urge to shit, walk into my bathroom, and there's 50 almost grown. I mean, like people our age, almost grown men standing there, blowing clouds while I'm trying to take a shit.
And you feel so pressured. They always ask you, and you feel so pressured.
I just don't go to the bathrooms at school.
So I gotta take shit. I'll go in there, lock myself in the stall. I'll be like, sorry guys, I got shit, and then all you hear.
That's so awkward. Like you're trying to go to the bathroom, and somebody like there's a group of 4 kids like drooling outside. That's so awkward. I feel like that's. So
I don't know about. I mean, if it's between class, it's like 4. If it's during class change, you can't go take shit. There are at least 25 guys in each bathroom. One of our football coaches would walk in and be like, "All right, boys, blow it out." He'd have his camera, he'd record everyone in there,
what?
and post it on his Snapchat and be like, he'd say something like, "In
Come on, you can do it.
No, today's teens habitat," and then just 25 dudes lining up, walking out the bathroom while he's recording them.
It's crazy how many people can get that.
That is pretty. And thinking about that, like the whole thing, vaping in the locker rooms and bathrooms, like teachers can easily go in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, adult teachers can, but they don't.
There's no way that their I mean, I guess there is. You have a coach who didn't know that, but I guarantee you, 80% of the teachers at every school know that kids do that in there, and they don't.
Yeah, there was this one teacher. I forgot his name, but he was a white, about 25-year-old math teacher. And he would go sit in the stall and pull up his feet, and he'd wait for some kid to go in the stall next to him and start vaping, and he would bust him.
Okay.
And bring him to the principal.
I guess it's a smart idea, but that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think that's invading my privacy.
Yeah, for
because
real.
think if he thought he thought he heard me sucking in on a vape, but it's really me breathing in and sighing because I'm trying to get that nice shit to come out of me, and he busts down the door and I'm fucking shitting. I would report his ass.
But yeah, that's a little. Did he quit or did he get fired? Or what happened to him?
Nothing happened to him. He's still a teacher.
Oh,
He
you
is
just
a
don't know his name.
I don't know his name, but he is a freshman teacher at Hillcrest High School.
That's weird. If I saw a teacher do that, I would be very uncomfortable. If he took me to the principal's office, I would tell him I would like to let you know that this man's just sitting in the kid's bathroom.
He's
waiting.
just a weird teacher anyway. Like there is the principal's daughter at Hillcrest. He saw she was wearing a skirt and she was sitting down, and he said something to her like, "You should really cross your legs."
What?
Okay.
That's weird.
Because he thought he was doing a good thing telling her that.
But obviously he looked and saw. And he was like,
That's what
I
I'm
should probably
saying.
tell her.
Like, there's obviously something wrong
That's
with this
weird.
teacher.
Okay, so if you see that and you feel like you should stand up and be like, I should tell her it'd be good, it'd help her out. Don't. It's make you
Yeah,
look
it's
like
not
a
for
bad
real.
person for looking in the first place.
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
That's the same teacher that knew he had gay kids in his class, so he spoke up in front of the class and was telling everyone that being gay was a sin and that they were going to hell.
What's wrong with this dude? What's wrong with this dude?
Yeah,
He is crazy.
He's crazy. This man is
that the
wondering.
freshman teacher?
Freshman teacher.
Is that the same dude that's hid in the stalls?
Hidden the stalls.
How is nobody at least? How has he not gotten a warning or anything from that? That's weird.
I don't know. I think something should be done about it. I'll find out his name. It's
Please.
messed up.
That's no.
Because I feel like if that girl was told that from an older man, a teacher who she sees every day, he could imagine how many times he would have looked beforehand and not said anything, and then he says it this time.
Not just some random girl, the principal's daughter that he is working for.
That's so weird.
That's not okay.
He needs to get taken care of.
Yeah.
That's not okay. That's so weird.
He needs to learn boundaries, is what I
For
think.
real. Well, no, he just needs to stop. I mean, you can't learn boundaries. Say, all right, once a day.
Once a day, I'll say something risky once a day. And I'll be
He
aware
just
of it.
needs to stop. That's weird. That's messed up.
I feel like if you have that issue, I feel like you shouldn't be working with kids,
Exactly.
whatsoever.
But-
Not many kids.
Here's the problem with that. They can't search and find the best teachers because teachers aren't getting paid enough. Nobody wants to be a teacher. Unless you love working with kids, they're not getting paid enough.
They definitely that needs to be changed. They definitely need to get paid more than they are for the amount of hours they work off of their scheduled hours is crazy. My mom works so much outside of school and she doesn't get paid for it, and it's insane. They need to raise that.
One good thing about being a teacher though, you do get a pension. Like you'll continue getting paid even after you quit.
Their benefits are decent.
Also, I'm pretty sure you get like really good insurance with being a teacher. I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong because you have your mom's teacher.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to the insurance.
All I know is that if I was a teacher, if that's like the path I went, which it's not going to be, but if it was, you would not see me doing work after I was done getting paid to do it for the day. You know, if I had anything left over, it'd be on my desk for the next morning when I get paid to be there again.
So many parents complain about that stuff. Like I've been told so many stories about my mom and like parents complaining about how their kids' assignments weren't graded fast enough.
Well, you know what? They can wait.
Like
they don't need it until report card. There's no like. It's nice to see what your grade. You studied real hard in that test. It's nice to see what you got. But that teacher doesn't have to get that grade in the book until it's time for a report card. Now, if they don't get the grade on their past report card time and your grade's real low because they just didn't grade it, now that's a problem.
Okay, no, like so I had a biology teacher last year, and in January I got a project grade from back in November.
That's not okay.
That's
projects I get take much longer to grade, but the fact that like it took 2.5 months for her to grade that's an issue. That's too long.
You know what she's doing? She's saying, "I'm not getting paid to do this high school. I'm not doing it."
I mean,
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that
I get that.
And that's another reason why like all the teachers switching over to Scantron and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That way they can get all kids' grades done way faster.
Mm-hmm.
I like how this year they had us all do most of our tests on the Chromebooks.
I do.
Chromebooks are so helpful.
I did like that.
Because you could get the grade right. You could see what your grade was when you finished the test.
You know, not many teachers use Chromebooks for tests for me this year. They did Scantron or paper tests. Like my math teacher, biology teacher, and then my AP human teacher did like no computers.
I think I had 2 paper tests the entire year. Like I had Scantron and Chromebook. That's the only thing I had.
I didn't use my Chromebook. I mean, I used it. So like for math, like we did the videos where like they pre-recorded themselves teaching, but like the tests and the quizzes were all paper, the entire year. And I don't know. I wish I would have used it a little bit more because I'd like to see my grade right away.
Yeah, I did too. Like, I hate having to wait for my grade because then like I'm anticipating it and like it stresses me out really hard.
What if it's really low? I'm like, I feel that. I wish I would have had more usage of my Chromebook this year.
Do you think that they should let us keep the Chromebooks during the summer? If you have like a project due over the summer. Like
no teacher assigns a project over the summer unless like maybe college, but I don't.
No. You know, like if you get in an AP class and you have to do that work, because this happened to my cousin. He had to do an essay this summer for his next year AP class.
You should be able to take about an hour and a half out of one of your days of summer and be able to write an essay. If not, that's just pure laziness.
I agree with that.
No offense to your cousin or anything. I don't know.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying if they don't have a computer to write it on at home.
No,
and they have to go to
pencil paper. Like if you don't have a computer, like.
No, I'm saying if it has to be typed out, you have to email it to your teacher, and you don't have. Who wants to go to the library every day?
But it has to be typed. If it has to be typed, you go to the library.
Because I bet you 95% of high school students don't have the liability to keep control of a Chromebook over the summer.
Exactly.
I feel like everyone's going to lose it, and when they get back, they have to pay a fine.
There's been so many kids this year who I've seen on like a Snapchat story that say like 5th Chromebook this year with a sad face. I'm like, how? Like, how do you not take care of your Chromebook like that?
I saw this one kid. He had his Chromebook in his hand. He was at the top of the 3rd story staircase, and some kid bumped into him. He dropped it. It went over the rail, and fell all the way to the bottom. It was just like the screen was shattered and it wouldn't turn on.
See, that wouldn't be. That's not his fault.
But that's why, like, I don't know if your school has it. But our school has like the Chromebook.
You pay $25 at the end of the year,
and if you break it or like mess it up or something like that,
it's taken care of.
Yeah,
we get small issues for free, and they fix it for free. But if it's like broken, like to where you can't use it, you have to pay for it. But like if there's a little crack or like a keyboard letter missing, fixing the inside of that's free. But if it's broken, we have to pay for that.
I don't know about that. That was cool. I never broke my Chromebook, so.
I kept mine pretty good, but I know this one kid. he kind of broke it as a joke, and he still didn't have to pay for it. But he paid his $25 at the beginning of the year, so it's taken care of.
Because I feel like how our school works, so you pay that small like lab fee, you get like all that combined from all the kids that are paying that fee. That's enough to fix most Chromebooks, and not every kid breaks their Chromebook.
Exactly. Not every kid is gonna have a problem, but then again, I feel like if you paid that $25 at the beginning of the year, you kept your Chromebook in tip-top shape, that you should get your $25 back at the end of the year.
I do agree with that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Here's the thing. I never paid my $25, but I never had a problem with my Chromebook, so it didn't matter.
I paid it because you never know. Like that kid you said, it could have been bumped out of my hands and not my problem, and then it would have been fixed unless it's super broken.
You know what? Put it in your backpack when you're changing classes.
Yeah,
That's what I did. I never had a problem.
I never carried it around.
I never carried anything around.
Yeah.
That's like I had too much in my backpack.
One thing I hated about school this year was we didn't have lockers. Freshmen didn't have, or at least my class didn't have the option to get a locker.
We didn't have the option, but I would have gotten one anyway. I don't use lockers.
I don't either.
I like to know that like I got my stuff there, and so I don't have to be like, oh crap, I forgot this or that in my locker, and then have to wait and stress about it all night.
Well, I mean, you know those classes where you have to have like one of those hard books, and like you don't have the option to.
I had that in my human class, my human geography.
See, I wouldn't want to carry that around my book bag every day. I'd put it in my locker and forget about it till I needed it.
Most teachers though that do assign those books, they allow you to keep it in class and have your like name written on it.
Yeah.
I had a teacher that had that. Like my hospitality class, we had those huge books, but like he said, all right, put your name on it on this piece of paper and stick it to your book. Keep it over on this shelf, and if you need it, you can get it.
My teacher just let us take it home, and then he would tell us a day before if we needed it or not, and then we'd bring it the day before or the day after. And if we forgot it, then he had the spare ones in the back.
Okay, away from school and more towards social media. What do y'all think about Gamer Girl Water with Beldaphine?
It's disgusting. People who buy that waste of money. That's so stupid.
It's a waste of money.
You're literally paying $30 for a small jar of BathWater.
Here's the thing.
BathWater from a girl who's weird.
And you know darn well, not all of that water is actual bathwater. You know she
fills it up in her faucet.
Fills it in the faucet.
And then makes sure it gets $30. Like that's insane.
I wonder how much money she's made off of pure weirdos. I think.
That's why she continues it. There's so many people who buy it. Like they either buy it for clout or they actually want it. Like who wants a thing of water? Like what are you gonna do with that?
People are weird. People will do very weird things to that. Yeah, I mean
the people who like I've seen the people who've drank in it and then they get like diseases.
Diseases because it's been sitting in the hot sun in the back of that UPS truck. They're like, oh, my bathwater's here.
So gross.
It's not okay.
I have my own bathwater.
Would you buy it? If you had the money, would you buy it?
I have the money and I haven't bought it. You can do so much with $30. Like it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's like 4 meals at like Chick-fil-A. Like you don't need bathtub water
From some weirdo.
Like that's gross. That's so unsanitary.
It's not okay.
How did she get all her popularity? Like
Patreon
And being a complete whore. That's all you have to do. You have to.
She would do the Instagram pictures where she'd block everything out, and then she'd be like, "Follow my Patreon for like $5 a month," and then people would buy it just to see it. That's insane.
Did you see how she got a Pornhub account and it was fake? She was like Doggy Style, and then she'd pour dog food over her head and shit like that.
I saw so many memes about that on
That was
Instagram.
hilarious. People were so mad.
People are so hyped up because they were like, naked weird girl, gotta see this shit. And then she's pouring dog food on herself, saying it's Doggy Style.
It's so gross. It's also unsanitary.
Very.
Imagine how bad that smells. Because it's canned. It's not like the hard piece. It's like there's just mush coming out.
The moist dog food. Oh, Doggy Style.
That's so nasty.
That's not okay. It's not okay.
That's so gross.
Alright, now it's time for our honorable mentions.
Okay, so last episode we had a comment based on our Area 51 topic about how it's natural selection. Now, what do you think about that? Do you think they're using Area 51 as natural selection?
No, it's a joke. They're not actually going to gun down the people who run towards Area 51.
No, there would be people. If they had that many people, there would have to be people getting gunned down.
They're going to use tear gas, maybe smoke grenades. They're going to send the dogs out. They are not going. maybe non-lethal weapons. They're not going to start gunning down people.
Yeah.
If they get inside, I feel like they would. Okay, if they get in the base, they have all right.
They've been planning for it though. Have you seen those memes where the military like having to go over the Naruto Run for the Area 51? It's a joke.
I don't think it's natural selection.
So you don't think someone in the government came and started that?
There were so many other spots they could do that were closer to bigger populations than Area 51.
You're right about that.
There were like many more spots.
I feel like if it was natural selection, it'd be something like the Pentagon or something like that.
Yeah.
Something that's closer to more people and it's just as armored.
If they did use it as natural selection, there'd be so many posts about how it's targeting the weirdos.
They'd get some. That'd be a big event if people found out it was natural selection.
And then you'd have the weird people saying, you know what? If you're gonna gun down the weirdos, why can't we just have school? That's like saying school shootings is natural selection.
No, because running to Area 51 is an option.
Shooting up a school is an option.
No,
but not for the people that are getting shot.
Okay, Area 51, if you're running towards Area 51, that's your life in danger. Not anyone else's.
You're putting it in danger.
You're putting somebody
else.
That's what I'm saying. But those school shooting people are the same people that are going to be running towards Area 51. That group of people.
I disagree.
No.
I feel like a school shooter is like mentally deranged and it's to the point where like they will shoot a school, but like that's putting other people's lives in danger. That's not their choice. But
it's somebody's option to go to Area 51 and know that they could get arrested or detained or killed or anything.
And it's their option to go shoot up a school.
But
and
not the
and
other
get
people
detained or killed.
But
You
it's
know what I'm
not
saying?
the other people's option. Like the people who get like killed in those incidents.
If you're running
Can I rephrase it? The people who are actually going to run towards Area 51 have the same chemical imbalance as the school shooters.
Not necessarily. There's probably
some people are doing it for clout, like he
Yeah.
said, and some people are doing it just for like funny, like just to be funny.
The people who are doing it for clout are not going to be determined enough to make it in there. If
that's the
if
point.
they have
It's
tear
a,
gas
it's,
going,
it's a meme. It's
that's
not,
what I'm saying.
Not like we said
Y'all
last
talking about
time.
if they actually got in there. I'm saying those clout chasers are not the kind of people who are gonna risk their life to actually get in there. They're gonna show up, maybe film it a little bit.
No, nobody's gonna show up.
Okay, another honorable mention from last episode was something about interstellar space travel. The person said that people traveling at that speed, they would get melted. Do you believe that?
I don't know anything about that. I can't
Depends.
put in an opinion.
They could eat. I feel like I understand where they're coming from, but if they ever do that, they're obviously going to do test trials to make sure.
And I was saying like they'd probably have barriers or blockages.
Yeah,
like,
They're gonna send up the monkey before they send the bus.
I mean, we're not saying that's happening now and it's available now, but we're like.
in the future they'll probably have something to prevent getting melted.
Yeah, if you can even get that far in the future, like that's probably going to be a while away.
Exactly.
So there's going to be way more technology to prevent that.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today. We'll see y'all next week.
Check us out on Instagram. See ya.